Hello and welcome to today's reading. Today we are doing another Bibliomancy reading. If you are unfamiliar with Bibliomancy or this channel, Bibliomancy is the practice of divining meaning from a randomly selected passage in a written work such as a book, a magazine, or other written media. Today we are using the range of Philosophy Introductory Readings, 2nd edition by Titus and Hep. We are on page 140, and the topic is Blanchard and the Case for Determinism. The question is, how free is man? Or humans, generally. All these allegations have been effectively answered except the one about duty, where I admit I am not quite satisfied. But none of them are in the form in which determinism most troubles the plain man. What most affronts him, I think, is the suggestion that he is only a machine, a big, foolish clock that seems to itself to be acting freely, but whose movements are controlled completely by the wheels and weights inside, a Punch and Judy show whose appearance of doing things because they are right or reasonable is a sham because everything is mechanically regulated by wires from below. He has no objections to determinism as applied by physicists to atoms, by himself to machines, or by his doctor to his body. He has an emphatic objection to determinism as applied by anyone to his reflection, his will, for this seems to make him a gigantic mechanical toy, or worse, a sort of Frankenstein monster. What I am getting from this reading is that you may have recently delved into self-help or shadow work or some sort of emotional work. And I'm getting that you've gotten to a point where you are realizing just how much of your responses and what you believe to be your personality have been dictated by your programming and by your experiences in the past. You may be feeling helpless and like nothing you can ever do will ever really have any effect on your future or your present because you were already programmed back then and there's nothing you can do to change it anymore. And I'm also getting that you might be feeling overwhelmed with the magnitude of different events and memories and things that have created the triggers and tics that you experience today. What I want to tell you is that it is a completely normal response to feel this way. I think everyone who really gets into any sort of self-help or psychological work with their shadow and their subconscious and their cognitive patterns, everyone feels a little bit overwhelmed and helpless when they realize just how much of their life has been dictated by their past. And there's nothing wrong with you for being upset and feeling this way. And you are not alone. This is true for everyone, and maybe other people around you aren't feeling the same way as you, and it's making you wonder if there's something wrong with you, and I promise there isn't. I'm getting that you are being encouraged to keep pushing forward in this work that you're doing. Maybe you've recently found a therapist to work with and you're feeling discouraged, or you found a book or a process or something like that where you've put some time in and some effort into it and you're at a point where you are discouraged and you aren't sure whether or not you want to continue doing this work or if it even matters if you do. What I'm getting is that you are being encouraged to continue this work. It absolutely does matter, and you will see the progress as you keep pushing through this journey. It is not an easy journey that you've set out on. However, it is one that will ultimately set you free from these behaviors and patterns and all of these programmed responses and reactions. I am being shown that you may be wondering if there is an end anywhere in sight, and you may need to rethink your perspective on the point of the journey. Maybe you got here because you got out of a relationship or a friendship. where it was rough and you felt like you were the problem, and maybe you've had a string of these types of relationship fractures, and you were searching for answers as to why it is this is happening to you, what you can do to change it. And that may have been your initial goal, but now that you're at this point, you have a choice to make. And the choice is because you are realizing that it's not necessarily something you can snap your fingers and fix, because maybe it's not so much that there's one thing wrong with you as there's a series of things that are dictating how you interact with other people and so on. If you came to this work because of a situation like that or any other specific situation, and now you're at a point where you have to face the fact that everything is all wrapped up into everything else, and you are being asked to decide whether you are in this for the long haul or if you want to continue going about life and hoping that something works out eventually. This is a tough decision, and it can feel like you are looking at a gigantic mountain and you have no idea if you even have the skills or tools required to get over the mountain. If you choose to continue this journey, it will benefit you if you were able to be on the journey for the sake of the journey. Every single instance and trigger that you come upon is an opportunity to get to know yourself better. You may have thought that you knew yourself really well, but as you are discovering right now, in reality, you knew how you were programmed and you knew the programming, and you're not sure who you are necessarily. And this process will help you to reacquaint yourself with yourself. Like I said, it's not an easy journey, but it is incredibly worthwhile, because at the end of the day, the only access you have to personal empowerment is through yourself, through the way that you respond to things, the way you think about things, the way you make decisions. And just like your past has created your current present will create your future. So what you do with this time and this energy and how you dedicate yourself to learning about yourself for who you really are and uncovering that will dictate what your future will look like. You can continue on the way you have been and quit now, but I will warn you that you will have more of the same. If you decide to continue on this journey, a lot of change will occur, and there won't be more of the same, but it will require you to change and grow and challenge your perspective and perception of reality as you know it. I'm seeing an image of a geode. I don't know if you've ever played with geodes before, but if you did, you'll know that when you buy the geode, it's a dirty rock that is hollow on the inside, but you have to crack it open in order to see what's inside. Sometimes it takes a lot of work. How you crack it open determines how clean the split is. You can take your time and really work a clean fracture point all the way around. You can get fancy tools. You can just smash it with a hammer really hard and hope it breaks. But ultimately what happens is you get that thing open, and what's revealed on the inside are these beautiful crystals that have been forming in there for hundreds of thousands of years, assuming it's a naturally occurring one. And it took immense pressure and the correct elements and the correct heat to create this beautiful structure on the inside. On the outside, it may look like just a rock, but that's really a disguise that it has. And this is like you. You are embarking on this journey to crack yourself open and really get to the good stuff. And you have to look past the strength of the shell and really just commit to discovering more about yourself. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped. I'd love to hear about your situation, about your thoughts, what's going on. Feel free to share in the comments below. If you have any topic requests, I'd be happy to see them. Give this video a like, subscribe if you aren't already. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. But until next time, bye.